In this video, Timmy's going to show you how to sort files in Google Drive. So, if you want to see a list of your Google Drive files sorted by name, so alphabetically, or by date, so when you last opened them or edited them, or by file size, so largest to smallest or smallest to largest, or by type, so that you can see all of your specific files that are one type grouped together, this is how it's done. Sorting by name or date is the easiest, so we'll do them first. So, when you're in Google Drive, you'll just need to go into the folder that you want to sort. So, if you just want to sort all of the files in your main My Drive section, you can go there. Or if you want to sort specific files inside a specific folder, you can double-click on that folder to go in there. But now, it will look a bit different depending on whether you're in thumbnail view, like this, where you see a preview of all the files, or if you're in list view, like this, where the files are all listed out. So, if you're in list view, you'll have this strip across the top here with things like name and last modified, and this is how you can sort the files. So, as you can see, if you click on name over here, that will sort the files by name alphabetically. So now they're all sorted by name. And if you want to flip it around so that the bottom file is at the top and the top file is at the bottom, you can click this arrow here next to name, and that will reverse all the files. So if they were in reverse alphabetical order, they'll now be in alphabetical order, or the other way around. So that's all there is to name. Or if you want to sort the files by date, you just need to come over here to where it says last modified. It actually says last modified, but sometimes it cuts the end of the word off. But anyway, you just need to click on that. And now, when you're sorting by date, it will actually give you three different options. So there's the main option, which is last modified. So that just means any time a file was modified, it'll order the files in that date. Or then there's last modified by me, and that's basically the same thing, but if you had shared a file with someone else, and that other person had modified it recently, but you had not modified the file recently, then that would not count. So if you only want files that were most recently modified by specifically you could choose that, if you're even sharing files at all. And the final option is last opened by me. So that's basically the same again, but if you had opened the file recently, but you didn't actually edit it, that would still count. So if you opened this file at the bottom and you made no changes to it, you just opened it and then went back out of it, it would then go right to the top of the list. So you can choose any of these you want. It doesn't really matter, they're all pretty similar. So Timmy's just going to click last modified, and it's already ticked here because that's the main option to choose, but it's actually still set to name over here at the moment. So you'll have to actually click on it still to actually sort them by last modified. And now, as you can see, the order of the files have all changed. So now, it's sorted by 2018, 2019, and then we get into 2022. So now it's got the oldest file at the top. But if you click on this arrow here next to last modified, it will flip all the files around. So now we have 2022 at the top and 2018 at the bottom. But if you have it in thumbnail view, it's a bit different. So as you can see here, that strip across the top of the screen is now gone. And over here, it will say last modified or name or something like that. So you'll just need to click on that, whatever it says. And now it will give you all the different options to sort your files. So if you want to sort them by name alphabetically, you would click name and sort them like that. Or if you want to sort them by date, you can choose last modified by me, or last opened, whichever you prefer, and just click that, and then they'll be sorted by date. And if you want to flip them all around so that the bottom file is at the top and the top file is at the bottom. So for example, if you had it set to last modified, maybe right now the most recently modified file is at the top and the least recently modified file is at the bottom. If you click this arrow here to reverse the direction, now it'll flip them around and the least recently edited file will be at the top and the most recently edited file will be at the bottom. So that's all there is to sorting by name and date. But as you can see here in this menu, there are no options to sort it by file size or file type. And that's really quite weird and annoying because most Files apps on computers and things like that would let you sort it by file size or type. But there are two different workarounds you can use for both of them. While you can't necessarily sort files by file type, you can filter it to only show specific file type. So, if you wanted to see all of your pictures or all of your PDFs or something like that, all grouped together, this can work quite well. If you come up to the top of the screen here, where we have these three different drop-down options, if you click on Type here, it will now give you a list of a whole lot of different file types you can choose from. So, if you want to see only your documents, or your photos, or your PDFs, or videos, or anything like that, you could just click Photos and Images, or any one of the other options, and now it will show you a list of only pictures. So that's pretty good, and it pretty much gets the job done. But if you only want to see specifically JPEGs or PNGs or something, or any other file type, and you don't want to just see all pictures, there's a way you can do it more specifically. So if we click on the cross to get rid of that, you'll need to click up in the search box up here. And now in the search box, type title, so just title, and then a colon, so a colon after it. And now type dot whatever file you want. So Timmy's going to type .jpg for .jpeg, but you could do PNG or PDF or MP4 or really any file you want to look for. And then it might say no recent items match this search, but that's okay. Just press the Enter key on your keyboard, and now you will see all your files in Google Drive that are .jpegs. So this is not PNGs or any other image file, or any other file for that matter. It's only JPEG files. So if you want to be more specific like that, you can do that. But this is actually showing all of your JPEG files that you have anywhere in Google Drive. But if you want to specifically see all of your JPEG files that are inside a specific folder, you can do that as well. Once you've typed this into the search, you have to have done it the search way. You can't do it by clicking on type. But once you've typed title colon dot whatever into the search, all you need to do is click on these three line icons up here, and now it will give you an option to choose the location. So if you come down here to location, you'll see it's currently set to anywhere, but if you click on the drop down arrow here, you can click more locations in this menu, and now you can choose any of your folders. So if you wanted to choose a folder that's inside a folder, you could double click on a folder and go inside it, but there are no folders to choose in here. And once you've found the folder you want to search inside, you'll just need to hover over it and click this select button that appears. So now it will search for only JPEG files inside example folder. So if we click search here, now it will show us the one and only JPEG file that was inside this folder. So if you had 10 JPEG files inside this folder, it would show you all of them, but in this case there was only one in there, but that can be really cool. And finally, if you want to sort your files by size, all you need to do is come into Google Drive and click on this storage option at the bottom of this left-hand menu. So if we click storage, it will now give you a list of all your Google Drive files sorted by size. So this is a demo account that Timmy doesn't really use much, but as you can see, the biggest file Timmy currently has in here is 1 gigabyte, and then the second biggest file is 93.3 megabytes, and then 21 megabytes. So it all steps down like that, but now you have a list of all your Google Drive files sorted by size. And you can flip it around if you want. If you wanted to see your smallest Google Drive file, you could click this arrow here and flip it upside down. So the smallest Google Drive files will usually be sheets and docs and things, but if you want to see your smallest files first, you can, or you can click the arrow and flip it back up the other way, but that's all there is to it. Unfortunately, there isn't a way to see all your files sorted by size in a specific folder. This is just all of your files in Google Drive, and Timmy can't really find a way to do that, but this way does work pretty well if you want to see all of your files sorted by size. Another option would be to connect your Google Drive to your computer so that you have all of your Google Drive files showing in the Files app on your computer. And then you could use the file sorting functionality in your computer's Files app to sort the files by biggest or smallest or by type and things, because most computer Files apps can do that. And it's why that's kind of strange that Google Drive can't. But there's quite a bit of setup involved for that, so that's probably for another video. But hopefully you found this video helpful to sort your Google Drive files and do whatever you needed to do with them. So Timmy will see you in the next one.